My name's James Sutherland. I'm the CEO and founder of My Online Advisors.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about My Online Advisors, James?
So My Online Advisors has basically been designed to be able to find the best of breed technologies and to be able to find those technologies to be able to give advisors more opportunities to be able to engage with clients.
All right, so what qualifies you to deliver that business, James?
I think because I'm always thinking about where the future is, how it's going to evolve, and where. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Risk Info saw that too.
and where that can be better utilised to be able to engage with clients. I think there are a lot of people that are afraid of technologies, and there's no need to be afraid of technologies. So let's try and find out how we can best use those technologies.
Fair enough. Can you tell us a bit about your background? Your career background?
My career background is I theoretically started the industry back in the 80s.
Okay.
When everyone used to play Lunch for Australia, but no one can play Lunch for Australia anymore because we haven't got the time.
Well, when in the 80s, James?
1983 is when I started. And I decided in 1990 to sell out for the first time. Did some consulting work and then had the brainwave in 1995 to start a boutique motorcycle rental business.
A boutique, excuse me, say that again.
A boutique motorcycle rental business.
Of course you did. How did that go?
Well, for the first 10 months it went okay. Until such times we're up to 10 claims in 10 months and $80,000 worth of either stolen motorcycles or destroyed motorcycles, and we lost our insurer, so we had to close the business down.
But did it teach you anything about running your own business?
Absolutely. I think it teaches you how to bootstrap because you're actually purchasing equipment and obviously motorcycles, which is the primary thing that we're doing. And it was a very good, interesting learning curve.
I'm sure it was.
So I basically had to pick myself up again and decide what to do next. Sold off all the motorcycles because there's no one to rent to because I had no insurer, and came back in the industry in 1996.
Okay. As an advisor?
As an advisor, yes. So I've stayed in the industry since then. So I've been in the industry a while.
You have indeed. What is it about the financial advice or the financial services sector that attracts you or did attract you?
I think it's because it's an opportunity to be able to help change people's lives, and we've probably heard that 1,000 times. But I think we do. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what happens, we still end up changing people's lives in some way, shape or form, if we're doing our job properly.
So was there one thing in the lead up to starting in 1983? Was there a thing, or was it a gradual thought process for you about financial advice?
I started my career as a male nurse.
Okay.
That's why I'm a caring, sharing sort of person.
Right.
And as part of that, going into in those days, it was basically life insurance sales. So I was able to understand when completing paper applications, who would have thought paper applications was the way to go back then, and to know what people's conditions were. So I used to love arguing with underwriters about whether they should be insuring them or not, because I could understand what their illnesses or ailments were, and half the time the underwriters didn't, so I could argue with them.
Okay, so there's the empathetic side about caring for other people, plus the knowledge that allows you to articulate an argument to an underwriter or a claims person that has helped you in your career? Yeah,
I think so. I still argue with underwriters today if needs be.
I'm sure they'll
I get nowhere.
You live in New South Wales, do you, James?
No, Queensland.
Okay,
yeah,
whereabouts?
In Brisbane.
Very good.
Yes.
We interviewed for another Life Moments interview a little while ago Matt Fogarty, who lives and works out of Melbourne.
Yes.
And he also started his career as a nurse.
Found
that was a great grounding for what he does now. Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Because I think that as the best form of communication is empathy, in my opinion. And so if you can understand and feel what the problem is, people know whether they think that you're genuine or not.
Well, I'd say your clients are lucky people if they have you on their side. When you're not working, what are you doing? What do you do to relax, James?
My wife asks the same question very often. So I'm still ride motorcycles. Just recently bought a brand new bike, and my goal is to be able to take some longer rides and do some adventure riding. Is my goal.
Just within Australia or elsewhere?
I'd like to go elsewhere. There is an ultimate goal, and that would be to ride from the top of Alaska down to Patagonia, but that's going to require about 4 to 5 months worth of riding.
Well, I wish you well with that. Are you involved in, say, social media at all, James?
Just a little.
Tell us about that.
Social media. Started social media as an early adopter in everything that I do. So I actually started the AFA social media sites for them and handed those over after 3 years. Got my own social media accounts: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Is there any others I can quickly go and think of?
There probably are.
LinkedIn.
James. Have you got a message for perhaps either new entrants to the industry or perhaps even mature age advisors that aren't using social media? How can they use it, or can they use it to help with the bottom line of their business?
Yeah, monetizing social media is the thing we often think about. I think as social media is maturing, we know everyone's finding their space. You know, LinkedIn has its space, Facebook has its space, Messenger is now very much part of that, part of the Facebook process. I know guys that are using Messenger very well. Twitter has its place. I think it's more that instant news feed, what's happening now type thing. So Twitter's got its own space now, and obviously Instagram with regards to the moments with. So we're looking at kickstarting our Instagram account as we speak, and seeing where that goes. More just to be able to give people a place to be able to go to than anything else.
Sounds pretty great. What are you looking forward to, career-wise and personally?
Okay, career-wise, I'm looking forward to seeing where we can take chatbot and AI, and starting to learn about deep learning. So I'm really interested in what's happening in that space. And personally, getting more familiar with my new motorcycle.
James Sutherland, thank you for your time.
My pleasure.